An EU source told us on Friday that there's a major gap between where the talks should be now and where they are. And she said it's unlikely that major steps would be taken this week to bridge that gap. And she said it wasn't due to a time issue that there was so little progress, but rather substance. And throughout the day here in Brussels, I've been talking to a number of legal experts who've been following these talks, and they believe that things are not moving so well right now either. They believe that a lot of the position papers that have been published by the United Kingdom have been done so for a domestic audience as opposed to technocrats here in Brussels. And they argue that until the UK government comes to a clear stance on what they want to get politically out of Brexit, it'll be hard for them to even negotiate at all. So when it comes to, for example, citizens' rights, they're not hopeful of a breakthrough, even though there's 50% progress on that area, because, of course, the sticky issue of the European Court of Justice in Luxembourg, something you've heard of many times before. And on the divorce bill, the UK want to play that card a little bit later in the negotiations, something that's infuriated the EU side. They believe it's a matter of mutual trust and an obligation, really, of the UK. And we heard that EU source on Friday say that you cannot leave these politically sensitive issues to the end, because if you do so, you could have a failure in those talks. And then finally, on Northern Ireland, a breakthrough is unlikely as well, because for progress there, you also need to talk about trade and customs, something that's not quite on the table yet. But we do know that the EU side were not that enthusiastic about that initial paper from the UK on Northern Ireland, believing that there wasn't much substance in it. And also the EU side saying that Northern Ireland and the peace process should not be used as a bargaining chip in the Brexit negotiations.